action coming your way. Braydon Goss set to team with Deville to take on the West Coast Heavies.
Fellas, hold back your ladies. The main character is in the house tonight.
Now Goss looks like he is in tremendous physical condition as he continues his ascent, but look at the disrespectful attitude that he is showing to our ring announcer, Logan Hunter.
You're saying that was disrespectful. I think Logan Hunter's being disrespectful by not picking up the main character's clothes.
Are you serious?
What are we paying for?
Not to pick up clothes. And referee Jesse Walker getting rid of the entrance attire of Braydon Goss as we await the arrival of his tag team partner, who was in a banger, as they say, last time we were inside Hastings Casino.
One of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life. Miles Deville versus Sean Murphy.
Deville came up just short in that singles match for the Canadian Heavyweight Championship against the main attraction, Sean Murphy. They will meet again in moments, but it is tag team action, and we will see if the main character will be able to get along with the unsuccessful challenger for the Canadian Championship. You gotta believe that Miles still has eyes on that prize.
He will get it, mark my words. That is championship material right there.
And, well, perhaps some dissension as Goss telling Deville to stay out of his way.
Unfortunately, I wish my boys would get along, but they want the gold themselves. Can't blame them.
And here comes the West Coast Heavies. This, they say, is the house the Heavies built. And here they come.
Ugh.
Tremendous reception for the West Coast Heavies as Canadian champion Sean Murphy and the returning to action Matt Bronson are scheduled for action, and they are in fine form here tonight.
I'm gonna lose my lunch. These guys were cool, then they start selling out to make the crowd happy. Why? So the crowd buys shirts.
Well, it's my understanding that the West Coast Heavies merchandise is now on sale for a whopping 0% off.
They used to be cool and they sold out.
Well, the West Coast Heavies merchandise is often sold out. You better get it while you can at the merchandise stand as Murphy takes a good look at himself in that Canadian Heavyweight Championship. Not on the line here tonight, but a match for pride, to be sure.
Just more corporate stooges. Keeping the man down, my man, Miles Deville. Miles Deville does make a point. You cannot come out to P. Diddy.
And the Heavies chant goes up.
Sellouts, sellouts, sellouts.
And it is loud. There's a raucous crowd inside Hastings Casino here tonight. And Deville and Goss perhaps trying to decide who's going to start this match. And it looks to be on the heavy side. It will be the Lionsgate heavyweight Matt Bronson.
Those boys got to get together. The division will not work for them.
And they're having a real hard time here, Babs.
Bronson is indeed back from a long knee injury. Perhaps that's the first place I'd strike.
And the referee observing this rock, paper, scissors. And it appears as though Deville has won. Bells rung.
Whoa.
Tag team action, and well, there you saw it, a tag with this impromptu team, and Bronson doesn't care who he's going to fight, takes down the main character, and that surprised Braydon Goss. Hot out of the jump, and Bronson has got something to prove here tonight. Back in action after, you said, Babs, a long layoff.
He's just getting lucky. Those were all lucky hits.
Shot straight to the midsection, and another one in the corner by Bronson, and now here comes the third. Shifting it up, lefts and rights now. And Goss is feeling it as he goes down. And Bronson, with those fists of fury, is feeling it in the early goings of this bout.
You're getting giddy for Bronson? He's a bully you.
Now Bronson now off the ropes, charging in, big splash onto the heavy. And well, I did what you said, Babs. We made up, had a conversation like a man.
The nerd making up with a jock.
Worked out our issues. That's what adults do.
Neither of you guys are adults.
Well, this is adult power coming from that Bronson right there into the cover. Is it enough for a victory? Braydon Goss says no.
So close, but not at all, buddy.
And Goss now beginning to be isolated from his partner. Now meets the boot of the main attraction. Tag is made. Here
see
comes
that?
Sean Murphy.
Bronson is retreating.
And as the double team now commences, they got to count till 5, and Goss goes down with that double back elbow. Bronson will exit.
Do you see that? That's a slow count.
And a tag now made, wisely, I would suggest. And now Deville, angry that he wasn't able to start as they had decided in their rock, paper, scissors. Well, maybe he just should have stayed in there.
But this is what we all came to see. Deville versus Murphy.
I'd certainly like to see them back in singles action inside there once again. Right now it is the main attraction. Off the rope, nicely done by Miles Deville. Impressive speed from the outside to the inside, taking Murphy's face to the mat.
Moves like a cat, thinks like a snake.
And I don't know what Sean Murphy is thinking right now. He might be rocked, trying to rearrange his jaw, comes in with a series of lefts. Deville was jaw-jacking with his partner, now being sent for the ride. Hip toss and a beauty. Miles Deville goes down on his back, and Murphy now lifts him up, drops him down. Could be looking for 3 heavy amigos. He's got 2 of them.
Come on.
And look at the impressive strength of the Canadian champion as he drills his former challenger to the mat, but Miles Deville kicked out at 2.
Murphy gave his everything and it wasn't enough.
Murphy now tagged back out to the Lionsgate heavyweight as another vicious fist. It might have hurt his wrist. Good thing they're taped. And now powering up his opponent, and on the outside, Goss Good teamwork. And got blocked there. And now both men on the outside. Well, for a moment, Deville on the ring now. And oh, come on. Impressive tandem offense from Goss and Deville. And that may change the complexion of this match. As now, Miles Deville is in control.
He's in control with everything stacked against him. Do you see how biased the referee is?
Jesse Walker had never been biased in that squared circle a day in his life.
When the Heavies doing 2-on-1, he's looking the other way.
Now, right now, he's looking at Miles Deville, trying to get him out of the corner. And, oh, Deville back in with a vicious kick. And now, oh, knife edge chop in the corner. Continuing to attack the upper body of Bronson. Has not gone to the injury as of yet. Perhaps trying to psych him out, but gave the opportunity to Bronson to now come back with offense of his own. And he's feeling the sting in those fingers, and now he's feeling the pain in the gut in the back.
There we go, they're working together. That's what it's all about.
Good tag. And now Bronson caught in the corner here. And now off the ropes. Goss with a back elbow to the upper chest. Angers Sean Murphy. Walker trying to get him back. And now look at this, a double team.
Sean Murphy's got anger issues, man. You gotta chill, dude.
Well, he's got every right to be angry. His partner's getting double teamed.
That's all they've been doing is double teaming them. Taste your own medicine.
Goss now off the ropes, measuring Matt Bronson, really taking his time here, feeling it, and drops both legs into the cover, hooks the leg, does not get the victory.
Because that was a slow count.
And Bronson now finding himself in the complete wrong part of town, and now getting those shots back. The same ones he gave Goss before. Deville now continuing the offense. Now Snapmare gonna put Bronson right where he wants him. And now just mocking the West Coast Heavies off the ropes. Oh my goodness! Kick right to the shoulder, gets him into position, hooks the leg, and Bronson able to get out at 2.
Makes me sick.
But that shoulder is more laborious every time coming off the mat. Deville still in control here. Cinching it in, nice suplex. And Bronson is in trouble as Deville goes back into the pin, but that right shoulder off the mat. And again, a 2.
Come on, Jesse, do your job. Everyone's gonna just chill out here, man. Jesse's getting angry, Murphy's getting angry.
Another tag here comes in the main character. And now they will double team Matt Bronson, and just as before, the double back elbow does the job, but is it enough for a victory? It is not. And now Goss is trying to wear down Matt Bronson. He has endured a tremendous amount of punishment in there. And Murphy trying to make as much noise as he can here. Lance Skull's walking around, trying to get this fan to rally behind our capacity crowd here in Hastings Casino.
The idiot fans chanting their idiot chant.
And look at this, Goss. What strength!
Yes!
1, 2! And a long 2 for Goss, who's quickly back into the cover, but Bronson out at 1.
He's gonna chip away more.
Now back into the enemy territory corner. We'll see what they can do for a double team here. Went for a clothesline. Bronson charged through.
What the hell?
Took both men down. There's the tag to the main attraction. And here comes Sean Murphy taking everybody down. Deville with that kick to the midsection again as they dose does he do? Reversal, and spine on the pine, into the cover, the count. Oh, but Goss saved the match for his team.
Come on, Goss, come on.
And now Braydon Goss could be looking for a pump handle slam. Here goes Matt Bronson, who just charged through him. And now we got both heavies looking
What's the referee doing?
A suplex here.
Disqualify them. That's way more than 5 seconds.
And this one's falling out of control. Here comes, oh my God, look at that! Woo! Deville missed. Here comes Bronson. Down goes Deville. Murphy into the cover. 1, 2, and oh, again. Just a 2.
The main character saving the day. No!
Bronson up top. Oh no, just took down the official inadvertently in that attempted F5, which was delivered. And now here comes Deville with a knee strike. Murphy, serious business. Beat him with a pedigree a month ago. Pele kick. Could be a knockout shot.
We got this. Come on, come on.
And now Murphy trying to put away Deville, but there's no official. 1, 2, 3.
0.
Doesn't matter.
0.
Lance Skulls can count along with everybody in the building. And Murphy now could be looking for that stomp. Brought to him by Seth freaking Rollins, and up from behind. The main character hit him with the Canadian Championship. And Deville could be looking for that Miles clash. And Goss.
Wake up, Jesse.
1, 2. Are you
We
kidding
did
me?
it. Pure strategy.
Unbelievable. Miles Deville now holds a pinfall victory over Sean Murphy. But wait a minute, from behind, Braydon Goss, the second guy he's taken out with that championship.
I might have lost for words. What happened?
And look at this, Goss holding up the championship. What is the meaning
Why, Goss? Why?
of this?
That was your buddy.
Well, the fact remains that Goss and Deville pick up the victory, but he appears to have eyes on the richest prize in Canadian Apex Wrestling.
I was gonna say, that's the same strategy heavies always use, using the belt to win the match, but they don't turn on each other. Come on, Goss.
And look at this, Braydon Goss saying that the championship is in his future. Unbelievable turn of events here at Critical Mass.
I'm sure he had his reasons, but I don't know, man. Like, I love Miles and I love Braydon, but this is break my heart.
And the heavies, a rare loss as they head to the back.
Why are they cheering losers? I don't get it. That's what happens when all you think about is t-shirt sales. You lose matches.